Hello, everyone. Yeah, it's me again. Uh, all is well here. Snow still out there. I We got a whole bunch of oranges from someone, the big ones, and yeah, they looked a little older than maybe they should be. Most of the meat inside is still good, so I froze it. I'm gonna make some juice out of it. But they were so big, and I saw this other little craft thing where they cut out stars from the peel, and I did that, and they're drying over there on my little heater. Yes, so excited to get into another project. Anyway, yeah, you know. So that's good for snow days to have something to do like that, or as I said, that gives me the perfect excuse to do it. Yes, okay. Saw a good one, and again, it's like I went and checked it out. I can't believe what. So some guy, and you'll be surprised to hear where what country it came out of, said, "Well, in the future, when archaeologists will uncover our remains, they will not be identified by 57 different genders, but by male and female." And for that comment, which, okay, well, that seems to be the absolute truth and nothing but the truth, right? Right? Is it true? Yes? No? Okay, then. The guy actually got a fine, had to pay. I guess someone reported him just for saying that, and reported him. They pulled him into court, got a fine of $500 or something, plus court costs. And he said, "I'm not paying that. What did I say wrong?" And ended up being put in jail for 10 days for that. You know where that happened? In what country? You're never going to believe this. Switzerland. Uh, I don't know. What's that country coming to? Just saying. Now, if you don't know, I am originally from Switzerland. Since a long time ago. It's not that I'm not. Okay, I don't know what to be patriotic about it anymore there because I left when I was 20. Now I'm over 60. And this country here, the United States, has become a home. The things I've been allowed to do here, was able to do, I would have never been able to do in Switzerland. The freedom one has here, the people don't even know. It's like you got to grow up somewhere else, even in a supposed very rich country like Switzerland. And still, I'd have to say, no, that's okay. If people want to go to Switzerland, you go right ahead. I like it here. I'm just saying, not that. There are beautiful things in Switzerland that I absolutely love, and certain things about the people I truly love. But then again, yes, what is that? 10 days in jail because he didn't want to pay the fine. I probably would not have either, and said, "Why? Why do I have to?" For something that's the absolute truth. So lying and yeah, oh, it was considered hate speech. I'm going, how? It's the truth. What people have against the truth these days? It's weird. And I have to say, okay, so it's not the people of Switzerland who convicted that guy. It's the people who rule the country. What's wrong with all our leadership all around the world these days? I'm not getting it. What are they doing that they need to put people in jail and make up all this stuff about people so that whatever they're doing can stay hidden? It's just weird, isn't it? Tell me it's not weird. If I remember, I'll talk about something else that I had a very friendly bantering with a brother in faith about something. And it was friendly bantering. It wasn't, angry or anything or getting into it. And I'd like to talk about that a little bit if I have the time. So we are in the book of Isaiah on Jerusalem. Also saw very interesting, since I still have more almost 25 little chapters to go here. Maybe I haven't come across that yet, but there was something where a song in a song, and they showed where that was actually in the Bible, just about every line of every song. It's not that one that everybody knows. It was a different one, and I looked and Isaiah said, "What? He didn't say that. Where did he say that?" So maybe I haven't not come across it yet. So we'll see. But if we do, I'll let you know. And I'd say, wow, that was actually really good. Did I actually say that? Okay. Anyway, so this is Book of Isaiah 29 on Jerusalem. Whoa, Ariel, city where David encamped. Oh, look at the Little Mermaid at that time. Let year after year pass. Can't help it. Let year after year pass, let the feasts make their full round. Oh, the garbage truck's here, and the recycling. I wonder if we remembered to put it out. I think my son-in-law did. He usually always does. I still always. Oh, did we put it out? We don't create a whole lot of garbage here, this or that. So even if we miss a week, it's not a big deal. Then I shall inflict. Okay, what did I just read now? Let year after year pass, let the feasts make their full round. Then I shall inflict trouble on Ariel, and there will be sighing and sobbing, and I shall make it truly Ariel. What does that even mean? I shall encamp all around you, I shall lay siege to you, and mount siege works against you. You will be laid low, will speak from the underworld. Your words will rise like a murmur from the dust. Oh, murmur. There we go. That reminds me of what I want to talk about. Your voice from the earth will be like a ghost. It will whisper as though coming from the dust. The horde of your enemies will be like fine dust, the horde of the warriors like flying chaff, and suddenly in an instant you will be visited by Yahweh Sabaoth, with thunder, earthquake, mighty din, hurricane, tempest, flame of devouring fire. Oh, so all the natural disasters out there that are also part of the balancing of our environment now suddenly become our demise, their demise at that time. And it's all laid at God's feet. Okay. It will be like a dream, like a vision at night, the horde of all the nations at war with Ariel, all those fighting, besieging, and troubling it. It will be like the dream of a hungry man. He eats, then wakes up with an empty belly, or like the dream of a thirsty man. He drinks, then wakes up exhausted with a parched throat. So it will be with the horde of all the nations making war on Mount Sion. Be stupefied and stunned, go blind, unseeing, drunk, but not on wine, staggering, but not through liquor. For Yahweh has infused you with a spirit of lethargy. He has closed your eyes, the prophets. He has veiled your heads, the seers. Reading this, I'm thinking, well, whoa, we talk about how God energizes us with, if we're following the guidance, the good guidance on the side of goodness, then whatever that could mean here, right? Then we make it through the trials of life, right? Where there's great love, there also will be great sorrow. Where there's little love, there will be little sorrow. I don't know. And but we'll make it through it. Yes. And where there are two or more gathered in my name, guess what? Then we support each other, and it's even more so then, well, we've got to make it through that one too. Yes. But what is he saying here? That God also causes what? Lethargy, depression, anxiety. I don't know, suicide thoughts, revenge thoughts, actions of revenge, vengeance, the want to kill. Isn't that what he's saying here? Is that true? Is Isaiah true about that? God would do that? Does that make some feel better? That God is that type of God? And then again, what's laid at God's feet exactly? Okay. I don't know. What's that doing in the Bible? To show us on how confused and angry and I don't know what people were that followed God. Well, no wonder then that some say, hey, yeah, you know what? Not sure about God. Yes? Just remember, this is all man-made. This has nothing to do with our Heavenly Parent. For to you every vision has become like the words of a sealed book. You give it to someone able to read and say, read that. He replies, I cannot because it is sealed. You then give the book to someone who cannot read and say, read that. He replies, I cannot read. Yeah, that's interesting. You know what? Now that last part here, that's interesting. Prophecy. Oh, now have it. Oh, here it comes. Here. Whoop, we got one. Whoop, let's read that. The Lord then said, because this people approaches me only in words, honors me only with lip service, while their hearts are far from me, and reverence for me, as far as they are concerned, is nothing but human commandment, a lesson memorized. Very well, I shall have to go on, astounding this people with prodigies and wonders, for the wisdom of its wise men is doomed. The understanding of any who understand will vanish. Oh, wow. That's actually not bad at all. And what did I mention first? The guy who told the truth about, well, in the future, guess what? And what did the people do that had the power to do so? And why would they do that? Where has the common sense of the people in leadership gone? The judges, the lawyers. Where has that gone? I have to say that I feel that oftentimes, even in churches, what is he talking about here? This is not bad at all. Lip service. Do as I do, not as I. No, do as I say, not as I do. Right there. Yeah, okay, so Isaiah did get. I'm going to have to mark this. This is actually not bad. If I just take this part, why didn't Isaiah just give this part? This is not bad. This is actually guiding people. Say, hey. And something, no doubt, did that come from God exactly? I think many of us experience that on our own. Yes, you trust people and what they're saying, this and that to you, and then if you find out later on, it's like, whoa, wait a minute, but you said this, then why did you do that? Yes? Yeah. All right. Because it sounds good at the moment. All right, I gotta mark this. This is a good one. Whoop, whoop. All right, we have to keep going. Boy, this is a long one. The triumph of right. And in a way, this also will go right along with what I'd like to say later on about male and female. No, not quite what you guys may think now, but okay. The triumph of right. Woe to those who burrow down to conceal their plans from Yahweh, who scheme in the dark and say, who can see us? Who knows who we are? What did I say in the beginning about all that? How perverse you are. How perverse you are. Is the potter no better than the clay? Something that was made, can it say, of its maker, he did not make me, or a pot say of the potter, he does not know this his job. That is a bit of a funny one when if you have children, they try every which way sometimes to pull one over, pull the wool over your eyes as a parent, yes. And I think our children don't realize that, yeah, you can do that. And, but I pick my battles. I don't need to every time pull them to account or whatever. But when it becomes important, this, that, for the safety and better of their life, then one, of course, addresses certain things. But as far as if any child out there that is growing up in a good household with parents who truly care for them, love them, and try to guide them responsibly towards a life into the adult world, don't think you can fool your parents for a moment. And don't be proud of it when you think you have. They know. What children often, even when they become adults, seem to forget is that your parents absolutely know you the best. Even when there have been years or months or years you haven't seen them, they still do. Just saying. That reminded me of that when I read this. And of course, our Heavenly Parent knows us what? Each one of us, every little cell in our body. Yes? Well, there you go. So, yes, it is true. There is a presence within us, around us, who's always there, always watching, even when it is expelled or can't be there in the way that our Heavenly Parent would love to be in our lives. Still, it's all there. It is not true that in a very short time the Lebanon will become productive ground. Oh, now he's getting into, okay, well, see, that part was good. That upper part was good. Now, what are we getting into now? So productive you might take it for a forest. That day the deaf will hear the words of the book, and delivered from shadow and darkness, the eyes of the blind will see. The lowly will find ever more joy in Yahweh, and the poorest of the people will delight in the Holy One of Israel. For the tyrant will be no more, the scoffer has vanished, and all those on the lookout for evil have been destroyed. Those who incriminate others by their words, those who lay traps for the arbitrator at the gate, and groundlessly deprive the upright of fair judgment. That is why Yahweh, God of the house of Jacob, Abraham's Redeemer, says this: No longer shall Jacob be disappointed, no more shall his face grow pale, for when he sees his children, my creatures, home again with him, he will acknowledge my name as holy, he will acknowledge the Holy One of Jacob to be holy, and will hold the God of Israel in awe. Erring spirits will learn to understand, and murmurs accept instruction. Okay, there's some good stuff in here, and there's some stuff, again, I have to say, don't use God like that. I got to mark this upper part here. All the way to here. Okay. All in all, this isn't a bad one, except for, again, don't expect God to show up at anyone's door with a gun or a sword or a spear in his hands, in her hands, and create any kind of havoc. That will never, ever happen. Has never happened. That is that. Oh. And I have a little time. I'm going to make this too long again, maybe. So, it came up, this story, about this woman who had a boyfriend, and in the extreme, supposedly, though, again, I think the story, first of all, it was kind of a meme. It wasn't, I don't think it was a true story, per se. It sounded like it, but then it was like, well, if it's part of a meme, okay, or memes could be partially true. Okay. So the woman, the girlfriend, was supposedly causing continued these scenes of where she wanted the boyfriend to step in and defend her honor and this and that, even when guys just kind of looked at her askew or whatever, or, okay, you know what I mean? Okay. Well, I mean, as women, I've talked about that before. I've had the whistling going on, this and that, but I looked at it as, okay, well, first of all, I was by myself, and, well, okay. But there have been times where I have to say, wow, back off, butthole. Yep. Can't you tell that I'm not interested? Can you not? And how dare you talk to me like that just because I'm a woman? Well, anyway, so, just saying. To go back to the story, and the boyfriend got too exhausted by the constant, as I say, extreme, every little thing, this and that, where she wanted him to defend her and stand right by her and this and that was just too exhausting, and he broke up with her after a year. So the guy here's all guys discussing, yeah, women like that, that's just this and that, and he was right to just get out of that relationship. And I'm reading all this, and I went in and I said, well, wait a second, guys. I think to test a man to see if he actually stands by his woman, and there are more subtle ways. Right? Obviously, the guy, I don't know what immediately he thinks that he needs to go fist fight a guy that looks at his girlfriend. How about just taking the girlfriend, putting her on the other side, put their arm around, and give the guy a look? Right? Say, what are you doing? That's not your playing field here. Right? There's no need for I say, subtle ways of, right? Yes? Where, you go into, say, I don't know where they went, who they were around. Stuff like this usually happens where? In a bar, at a gathering, or where there's a lot of people. I don't know. Where guys feel, well, look, guy's not holding her hand right now, so I'm going to make a pass at her or something. I don't know. Yes? Or maybe I do know. Maybe I get it. Maybe I got it here. So she wants and tests this guy that could become her husband and the father of her children someday, to see what are you going to do? And puts it into the extreme. Says, look, if I can't be your most truest, dearest at all times, where you pay attention on who's trying to take advantage of the situation where you're not paying attention. Yes? What's wrong with that? I think every woman should do that. Every woman should start doing that. You get a boyfriend, you make sure that, first of all, you do not become invisible once they are around their friends. Oh, or past loved ones. That they had past girlfriends or this or that. That they let you know and show it that you are the most important thing to protect. What's wrong with that? So that's what I said. So I went in, I said, well, I think every woman should be doing that. And at the end I said, hey, by the way, good riddance. I'm glad she didn't end up with this guy. Too exhausted. He became too exhausted. Making sure that no one disrespected his girlfriend, his woman, maybe future wife, and the future mother of his children. What's wrong with that? Here's another thing. Women who do that I respect you very much. And I tell you the reason why. Some of them may be doing it, not realizing it. That, as I said, instinct. Sometimes some girls, having seen how their fathers are treating their mothers, I'm just saying, we have to be, as women, then become mothers, we have to be able to trust the fathers, our husbands, to make sure that that they know how to protect the little ones. If you're so oblivious to the need of your girlfriend, your wife, when it comes to certain things, and one is protection, and again, yeah, oh no, come on, honey, over this side. Not in a jealous way. Not that's not what I'm talking about. In this is mine. This is not available, and please teach them us, and don't do that to other women either. That's wrong. That's you got to be able to trust with whom you ever do get together to have children with, that they know where to watch out, that the children stay safe. Yes? So, then he brought up, I should make this a little faster. He brought up, so the next come back, yeah, but you hear the subtle ways. Just, and subtle ways, and well, as men, we're just supposed to know what the women. Why don't they just tell us directly? It doesn't work either. I know that from personal experience. You look a man in the eye, say, "Hey, do you not realize what you just did?" It's all in your head. I just told you. Okay, so the subtle way doesn't to just say, "Hey, take care of this. This guy looked at me in a way that I do not like." Well, why should I get involved? Well, do I have to tell you why? Okay. They should just, so as men, okay, so he said what he said, and I went in and I said, yeah, that's the infamous excuse, right? And I guess it still stands. And he comes back and says something else. Okay, it's just getting longer and longer. About again, how are we supposed to always know what women are thinking? This and that. I went in and I said, really? If a man really truly holds something dear, like their car or truck, cell phone, car or truck, as soon as the engine makes a little extra murmur, doesn't quite run right with the broom broom, guess what? It immediately gets taken care of. Either he fixes it himself or has someone fix it. Yes? I also asked him, my friend, I said, my brother in fact, I said, how often do you forget to charge your cell phone? Seems to be something that you don't forget. So, why is it that his point of view only stands with women, but otherwise in a guy's life? As I said, when he holds something truly dear, he protects it, polishes it, waxes it, makes sure there's gas in it. Okay, just saying. Yes. And notices the subtlest, the littlest, the most subtle change in the engine. Then I brought up, what about a young child that can't talk yet, that murmurs, cries, gestures? How can you trust a man that's not willing to pay attention? Not willing. It's not that they can't do it. How can they protect then their own little children? Just say. So, for some, I'm sure the argument will stay. I think it's an excuse the men should start losing. And if you haven't been taught, this has been bred into you, like whatever, then all I can say is let the women around you teach you. Yes? Not that hard. Right? Yes? All right. Okay. Right after, there was an example over at the house, and I'd say, whoa, wow, this goes right along with it. Men, listen. Don't be afraid to change. And if you can't truly, truly hold the woman that you want to be with, or I don't know, make the dearest thing in your life, so that you will notice, that you will do what it takes to make that person feel safe around you, no matter what, then why not do it? Why not learn? Why not practice? Yes? Yeah. All right. That's all I have to share this morning. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you, guide you, embrace you with love. My dearest brother in faith, Eldritch, I love you. Let's keep praying. Yes, yes. And I will talk to you all another time.